Yeah, what's up, folks? What's going on, my creators? I know, right? Long time I have said that. It has been a minute with the Ruger Spread, Chef Reem'o. We are here with another edition, CUTS Podcast. You know what the CUTS stand for. Culture, Urban Technology, and Sports. Now, Now, y'all know how it is with the Ruger Spray. You know what it is. When I bring people here, it's either I personally know them or in my travels in this journey of entertainment, we've networked and connected. Now, this young lady here, besides the fact she's an Eagles fan, we're going to leave that alone, okay? Because her team beat my team. We're going to leave that alone. But, nonetheless, she's here. She's doing her thing amazingly. Besides the tattoo world, where she's from, y'all probably know her. You should know her, you know what I'm saying? From the infamous dope show, Black in Compton, am I correct on that? Yep. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Otherwise than that, modeling, doing her thing and everything. I got Nessie Blaze in the building.
Yes, thank you guys for having me.
What is shaking, girl? What's shaking? What's going on?
No, I just had to come out to New York one more time for the one time. I think the last time I was here was when I met you.
Yes, at Yellow Beezy.
Yeah, Yellow Beezy's listening party.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the last time I was here for like a couple of days.
Lord.
Yeah.
What is the reason for this journey this time back in New York?
Well, on the low, it's some for the show and then some for just work, just tattoo fun and stuff. So
my creators, I've got you the juicy, son. You got the juicy in here, son. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Oh man, like as I stated, in the intro here, you know what I'm saying. I'm really proud. Really happy with what you're doing, like what I'm seeing, what's manifesting, and just like at Yellow Beezy's thing, the way you and I like network and connected, it was just genuine. It wasn't like, let me tell you my clout. Oh, let me tell you my business. You tell me your business. It was just straight, shout out to Yellow Beezy. We was just vibing to the music. Everybody was vibing, chilling.
Well, that was a great event. I wasn't even supposed to be there. That was the crazy part. So my friend Mel, shout out to Mel Testmark,
right.
Great person. But yeah, he's the one who told me to come to New York. There's some stuff going on here. So okay, I hop on the train or whatever. I had my suitcase and everything. He's like, we don't got the time to drop this off. We gotta go somewhere. So I'm like,
wow.
I said, Mel, I can't bring my whole suitcase somewhere. Wherever we going, I know I can't bring this whole suitcase. He's like, no, you good. We pull up to Yellow Beezy's listening party. There's like 9 people there. They're like, oh, just put your suitcase behind the piano. I'm like, but I'm glad I went because we met and
right.
It was a great night. A lot of
that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, we're gonna get right into it. Take us into like the feeling of being on a show like Black Ink. You know what I'm saying in regards to like what you're representing. Like pretty much with this like I don't really want to say new wave, but let's say this kind of exposed wave in a good way, exposure in a good way of more women tattoo artists. Like take us into like how you feel about that. You being pretty much like gearing to be a face in a sense of it. You know what I'm saying? Like take us into that, like your feeling with that.
I love it. I feel like I'm glad that the show gives women the same equal opportunity that men have in the tattoo world, which is not real in the tattoo world.
Right.
We don't have equal opportunity. It's
right.
not. In fact, like even if you're good, like it's almost like this is my territory. You know what I'm saying? Like we have this over here. So like I was shut out for a year. I almost didn't even want to tattoo because how people treated me trying to come into it. But it's one of those like once you're in industries. You know what I mean? But with the show, we have 3 female artists on our cast, so
correct.
That's really dope. That we all actually tattoo and we're all passionate about it, which I'm grateful for to be around other like-minded women who have a passion for art like me. But I respect that aspect of it.
Okay. All right, no, that's fine. No, listen, no, like you said, as the question was, your insight, your insight to your insight, and always here on CUTS, we always try to do our best to keep it at, the guests that we have or the figures that we have under the acronym Culture, Urban Technology, Sports to really keep it within their truth. And for me especially, and in these times we're in, it's just like, for me it's like remarkable that, somebody tells their truth, right?
That's rare.
Somebody tries to come and say, no, that's not really what it is. That's not really what you feel. And it's like, wait a minute, how do you do that? I know you do that in social media, when you write you edit what you make a post of. Okay, you could do that. But somebody's truth, that's not something you can edit. That's
Right.
somebody's truth. So, definitely I'm glad you touched on that. The modeling, what else? Oh my God, the other extensions of your brand. Like, take us to the daily process. Like, how do you rest? How do you focus? Is there meditation that's involved with that? Like, take us into that.
I wish I could learn how to meditate. I feel like I'm definitely at a point in my life where that's something I'm gonna try to get more into.
Okay.
My ADHD doesn't allow me to sit or just close my eyes. I can hear the lights being on. You know what I mean? I can hear I just don't. That's just not the way that I rest or cope with things. I like to stay busy. I actually feel more energized when I work harder. You know what I mean? Like long days when I'm tattooing for 10 hours. People are like, aren't you tired? Like, no, because that fuels me because I do what I love. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that it's supposed to feel like that when you do what you love. You should always feel energized after you're doing it. If not,
correct.
It might be something a little off, and even with the music, I was rapping for maybe 5 or 6 years. And I started getting people that really believed in it, and which I expected, because I was putting everything into it. But realistically, I had to step back and be like, yo, I have all these people now wanting to invest and seeing more potential in everything, and I was just like, where is my focus? Because every time I go in the booth, I just feel so drained when I leave. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing it for, but it's just not for right now. And you only have a certain amount of energy in a day. So anytime I'm going through my daily, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, what do I want to accomplish today, or what do I want to get done, or what goal am I going for? And I'm just going to go with that. Even if I do want to do music later, or if I do want to become whatever, get into whatever later, I feel like you always have to focus on one thing, because for so long I spread myself thin. You know what I mean? At 10% here and 10% there and 20% there, and it was just just to be able to say I do all these things. Realistically, I'm just running in place. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people do that when you're a hustler and you're passionate and you have work ethic. It's yo, you really got to sit down. So I'm grateful for COVID, because it made me sit down and be like, yo, what am I doing?
Right.
So I'm doing a whole bunch of everything, which is a whole lot of nothing.
Right.
For real. Because if you're only doing 10% of everything, I don't care if you're the greatest of all time, you're not getting nowhere only putting 10% into it. So I had to step back and be like, as much as I want to go to the studio, I can't, because I need to focus on my art, and I need to be a better tattoo artist, because that's my bread and butter. And then once I get comfortable with that, with the murals, I can start tapping into that and learn more about murals and stuff. And that's where I'm at now, where I'm I'm about to take a little bit off from tattooing, you know what I'm saying, and get back into these murals again, and just do everything that feeds my soul, and that changes.
Right.
And that's okay that it changes, and I feel like people need to know that. It's okay for you to change your mind, yo. What's not okay is to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and just hoping that it works because you've already spent so much time doing it. I feel like people stay in something just because they've already spent so much time. It's that don't make no sense. What is the logic behind that? Why are you spending so much time on something you already wasted your time on?
Right.
In hopes that it's going to turn into what you want. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You're just going to wake up in 5 years and realize you just wasted 5 more years doing this. So I feel like it's good for people to understand themselves, and it's okay to be wrong. I was wrong. I was oh, I thought I wanted to do this. I thought that this was the way for me, but it's I'd sit back. So now I'm focused on tattoos. About to focus back on the murals, and hopefully the music comes back into play later.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely piggyback on that. Music wise, I mean, even though it's still a part of creation, regardless, us as creatives, when you transfer to other areas of creation, sometimes you may lag off on certain things, you may not, or you may transform into something even greater to what you transform to. In that process, what was the pretty much definitive factor that you said, all right, you know what, I know I could get back to rapping? Take us into, I know you expressed about that, but what was the definitive factor? What was the definitive moment? Was there more negatives that made you do it, or was it positives that encouraged you to say, all right, you know what, I'm gonna come back here, it's gonna happen?
I feel like everything starts with what you want to do, no matter what outside factors, whatever lines up, you know what I'm saying? I feel like at core, it's what do you want to do? Because that's what you're going to keep going for, no matter whether it's going good or bad. And I know that music is just everlasting, you know what I mean? There's songs that came out before I was born that I know every single word to, you know what I'm saying? Tupac died when I was 6 years old. You know what I mean? Didn't make me love him any less or feel like I knew any less about him as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Just because he's timeless, you know what I'm saying? When you make good music, it's timeless. So I feel like even if I put out a song 10 years from now, if it's meant to last, it's gonna last, and that's okay with me, because I don't do music for fame, so I'm not worried about the timetable.
Right.
I don't do music for the money, because realistically I just make more money doing what I do in my everyday life. Everything just didn't line up with anything except for the influence that I wanted to give back in music. And I feel like if I'm not being my best self, and if I can't express myself in a way where it's reciprocated by people, then that completely fails me in music altogether because I'm not doing what my purpose is in music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be the next Cardi B. That was not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be the next Missy Elliott. Like, they're great. That's great. You know what I'm saying? But I just am more on a low key. Like, even if you hear my music once, you learn something. And that's cool with me. I'm cool with that. And, like, even the supply and demand. I'll still post up little freestyle videos and stuff just to see where people's head is at, you know? Because one of my friends told me that, like, when you're building a fan base, you know, you have fan bases that are cult-like. Fan bases that are going to fuck with you no matter what. Can I say that?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you're fine. Listen. Now look at the host. Look at the host. And no, you'll understand when it comes to that podcast. Look at the host. Trust me, the host. You know, I'm chill right now, but trust me, there's been F-bombs, A-bombs. You know, get the fuck up out of here. You know. My creatives know what it is, so you're fine.
Right. Okay.
You're not gonna get a letter or an email. Hey, you gotta pay this fine. No, you're fine. Don't
okay,
good. Be real. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, like people are gonna fuck with you because they fuck with what you do because you're doing what they want you to do.
Correct.
And then there are people who are gonna fuck with you no matter what you do because they fuck with you as a person.
Yes.
And so I really wanted to test that. You know what I'm saying? So I started looking at my likes on Instagram. It's like when I post my artwork up, how many likes am I getting? How much interactions am I getting? And then when I post my music up, how many interactions am I getting? Because I want to know if people just fuck with me because I'm doing tattoos they love, or if you're fucking with me because you believe in everything that I believe I can do. And I feel like I get the same feedback from music. You know, as soon as I post up that freestyle, I've done music in 6 months. I post up a little what's poppin' freestyle.
Okay.
Everyone's like, oh, she's back. No, I'm not.
No, I'm just checking in.
But the demand is there. Exactly.
In.
I just want you to know I didn't forget. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still like it's in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I just can't focus on that right now. But I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still working on the back end. It's just like I can't put that energy into it like I used to.
Correct.
And so I feel like everybody should do that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you could tap into. Like your greatness might be in another field. You know, and that's cool. But you should always test out your audience and just see where they at. You know.
Oh, that's what's up. Take us pretty much to your feeling of when you said, "All right, you know what, Philly, you're dope. I need to make an impact in the West." Take us to that whole process. Like, you know, because I'll say for me, I'm not gonna lie, New York. You know, I'm about to do a LeBron on y'all. I'm taking my talents to California. After I went to LA, I'm taking my talents to California. Now, you know what I'm saying? I know New York is like, oh, fuck out of here, Reem'o. That's crazy, Manu. How you want to do shit on New York like that? I feel you. But, you know, once, you know, the plane landed in LAX, I was like, you know, the weather's warm, you know.
Right. I mean, yeah, there's so much benefits.
Yeah, oh my God, right. You know, shout out to Sour Ranch, you know, in Hollywood Hills. Sour Ranch is fire. Just to let you know, yeah, right. Just to let y'all know, you want to go there, go to Sour Ranch, shout out to Sour Ranch.
Right.
You know, seeing Rodeo Drive. I was like, oh, you know what?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's easier to get up and get through your day when the weather's nice every day. Like, today it's a little hard to get out of the bed because it was raining, it's gloomy. I'm like, oh.
Right.
It's cold, but when it's nice out every day, which also makes it hard to be lazy in LA.
Right.
So, that was another drive, but originally moving out there, I didn't want to. I cried. I moved out with an ex, and everything for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Things happen for a reason.
Okay.
But I moved out there in 2013 on the premise that I had nothing to lose.
Okay.
That's ultimately like just what it was. Like in my life where I was waitressing, and my thing was like, if I go to LA and I come back, I can still start right where I'm at. I lose nothing. I can just come back and be a waitress again. Like, you're not going to lose nothing by trying, you know what I'm saying? And when you try, you still do more than most people ever do because most people never get the balls to make that decision or make that move. And I moved out there very irresponsibly. $300 with an ex. We were already just going through it, you know, when you try to up and move and like, oh, it's going to be different in a different place. Like, your problems will follow you. Things are still going to happen the way they're supposed to. But I'm glad that it happened that way because it put me there.
Okay.
We broke up. He moved back, and I had to force myself to learn how to survive. And my thing, for real, like, damn, this I think it might be the first time I'm actually saying this, but like. Okay,
I mean it's up to you. I mean, you know, hey, we're just being real. This is for my creatives.
Always.
Right.
It's crazy because I feel like the only reason I even made it this far is because I was just so afraid to come home and say I couldn't do it.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, yo, I'm not going. I don't care how hard it gets. Like, and I'm telling you, it got hard, yo. It got real fucking hard. Like, $2 for maybe 2 years. Maybe a year and a half, like it was normal for me to only have $5 in my account for every day for me to wake up and be like, yo, I gotta sell a hat real quick, or I gotta sell anything that I can offer, you know what I'm saying, with my 50-cent paints from Walmart that I still use to this day. Shout out to Apple Barrel, okay?
Okay.
But like when it works, you know what I'm saying? And like I was going down Venice Beach and I remember like one day spending my last to go to Venice Beach and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna sell one hat. Like if I sell one hat, it's $25 to get me through to tomorrow, and it's gonna buy me 2 more hats, and I'm gonna paint those, and I'm gonna figure it out. And then I got there, and the beach patrol was like, you can't sell clothing. You can't sell clothing because I don't know if it's like conflict with other stores, but you can't sell clothing down there for some reason. And I was devastated because I just packed up, I just walked so far, you know what I'm saying, took the train, and like I had nothing, so I was like defeated in my head. But I just remember that feeling of like, it can't get worse than this kept me for wanting more. It was just like, I don't have nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at the bare minimum, the bare bottom, the fucking ground level. Like, all I can do is keep growing. There's nowhere to go but up from here. You know what I mean? Like, my mom always taught me that. Like, the best thing about rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. You know what I'm saying? You can't look anywhere else except for the way out. And so that's what I did. I just kept my mind focused on that. And it took me 10 fucking years, bro. This shit does not happen overnight. This was the first year ever. On God, I'm not lying. I don't care what it looks like on Instagram. I don't care if you see me on a vacation. I don't care if you see me. I don't care whatever the fuck it looked like. I was worried about survival up until 2020. It was always about survival. Like getting to the next week or the next day, or like talking to my landlord about being short on rent and just like, but I'll have it. You know what I'm saying? And just like constantly building relationships so that I could meet people and just be in the mix and like tell them I do tats and $25 tattoos and free gigs just to put me in a position to get paid. But like I'm proud of it because I paid my dues. I feel like it's very well earned. Like I don't really take no handouts. I really fucking grinded. And now when I talk to people, I never knew with interviews or celebrities you look up to, you never know if like their story, if they really started with ground zero. Like I know my story, and so I know when I'm talking to somebody younger than me or talking to somebody who's interested in chasing their dream or like really on the fence about quitting their job or something like that, I can tell you like, bro, I did it. Is it gonna be easy? No, it's gonna be fucking hard for 5 fucking years. But you know what's hard? Getting up and doing something you fucking hate. Getting up and doing something you don't like, being around people who don't respect you or belittle you, you know what I'm saying? Like that's harder to me than struggling. I'd rather struggle with myself every damn day than to let somebody look down on me every time I walk into work, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then you're not even paying me for what I feel like I'm worth. Like it was just a combination of all those things. But I ended up moving to LA 2013. Still out there. I've never worked for anybody since I got there.
Nice.
It was just all a constant struggle, but it was just something to prove, you know what I'm saying? You got something to prove. You got to prove it. You got to be willing to want to prove it. Like, it's not going to be easy.
I don't know, my creatives. It kind of sounds familiar. It sounds like the Ruger Sprague's #1 slogan, perseverance is real. I'm just saying. Now, we're gonna get a little touchy personal. As you're manifesting your brand and your empire, does dating come to mind? Now, I know you were saying the story about your ex. That's neither here nor there. That was you ascending, to a sense, to where you're at now. So now you're at where you're at. I'm not saying that's the final destination, because, your start is always not your finish. And your finish is your finish, right? So right now you're kind of in the path of your finish. Does Nessie care about dating?
Nessie very much so cares about dating.
In what aspect? Now, you could break it down, or you just get straight to the shits.
Well, I'm a lover at heart. Like, realistically, like, I don't want to be, like, I tried to be for the streets because it just seemed like the fucking wave. You know what I mean? It just seemed like that's just the thing to do. That's the way you play it safe. I'm like, shit, let me just step in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, after my last break, I'm like, I hate it here. I don't want to be here, you know what I'm saying? I want to cuddle and I want to cook for you and I want to do all these things, but I want it to be reciprocated and I want it back.
Right.
And I feel like for so long I kept like doing things for people, just expecting them to have that same respect for me, but that's not how the world works, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to do something for somebody, you just got to do it and let it go and like want to do it, and that's okay. And with love, for me, I feel like if I'm going to keep dumping anything, that situation, I was telling Tans about that earlier, like, yo.
Shout out to Tans.
Shout out to Tans
in the back. Tans is in the building. Shout out to Tans, you heard?
I was telling her, like, it should be like that with friendships, too, and I started being like that with my friendships, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, yo, you're not just about to be around me, you know what I'm saying, like, period. Like, energy is a real thing, like,
take
even
that,
if
listen.
You got to be selective, you know what I'm saying, you only have a certain amount of energy in a day, and if people around you are not feeding you in some way, shape, or form, like, you are just constantly being drained. So when you wake up unhappy, even though you gave it your all, that's why, because you're giving your all to things that don't give it back, and that's not cool, you know what I'm saying, like, you really gotta, like, put yourself first. But dating is definitely harder now.
Okay, in what sense?
Because people know who I am.
Ooh.
And like before, it was like you never really know what people's motives are, what their intentions are. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like you have a whole bunch of motives, and you have a whole bunch of reasons to to mess with me even if you don't really love me like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's weird. It's weird because I feel like I've tapped into a different like. I don't know what to call it. Level, a different level of men.
Okay.
Where I feel like are people of my status or a little higher. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's hey, listen, hey.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
we're not gonna get at you. Hey, listen,
I mean,
hey.
yeah.
It is what it is. Listen, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have what? Turkey Hill all your life and drink that, or are you gonna have the San Pellegrino? Which one? Which one? I mean,
You know,
hey,
that's what I'm saying.
hey.
Different levels call for different devils. You know what I'm saying? And though you gotta take the good with the bad. It's like, oh,
Right.
well, now you can afford to travel with me. You can afford to meet here,
Hey.
fly out in your
Listen.
freedom. You know what I'm saying? And the way that
Listen.
you move, like. It's all we have the same lifestyle, but we got the same lifestyle, which means you have more freedom than the average man who only has 2 hours a day to cheat after work. You know what I'm saying? So like, and you have to be accepting of that because I network too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out and I'm meeting people and I'm exchanging numbers and.
Different level, the next level of yourself.
Huh?
You tap into the next level of
Yourself, yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tans,
Right.
yo, giving out them gems in the background,
Should have gave
son.
her a mic, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, it's all good, son. Give me the gems in the back, only hair on cuts, son. My creators, I give you everything, yo. You know what I'm gonna start saying? I'm gonna start saying, yo, I'm cooking gumbo up in here, so I give you everything, son. You get shrimp, carrots, potatoes, okra. You get all that shit here, son. No, we're gonna talk. No, I'm glad you touching that because even with me, right? And shout out to my lady, she tunes in and she supports me very well. And we have these conversations and everything like that. I'm blessed for having a woman who finally is not chastising what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because, as I got here in my career, and I'm showing my age, last 14 years, been contributing to entertainment and all that, and women I've dated, maybe a couple, but my lady that I'm with, she's like the top notch. She's
Now, are
the
y'all
Jordan.
in the same industry?
Well, she's about to. She's in the process, but she does like medical. She's in the medical field and stuff like that. But the thing I love about her is from the jump. This isn't just like, wait for things to happen. No, from the jump. Like, yo, I support everything you do. Not one time I've ever chastised or, for that matter,
That's beautiful.
said that, it's a hobby. And that used to hurt me and that used to anger me, to a point that I even had like this ill defensive shell, because you're not knowing, and I always tell my backstory, like, I almost committed suicide for this shit. This is real. You know what I'm saying? So when you said earlier, when you first started speaking about how you felt about, like, oh my God, you're afraid to go back home, that you failed. I was afraid of just going back to my family and friends, even though they wasn't even saying it. That's the crazy part. Yeah. They wasn't even saying it. It was, I felt it, because I started, when I got into the game, I started acting. A lot of people don't know about that. They do, they don't, it's cool. But I started acting. Before I started becoming media and videographer, podcaster, educator and everything of that magnitude, I was in acting. And I'm not gonna lie, I was going hard. My goal was like, all right, I need to be either Denzel or better than him, right? That's just what it was. It was that or bust. It was nothing in between or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, like, when I first got to the game, I was on a crazy hot streak. You know what I'm saying? Like 06 to probably like 2010. I was in like major productions, you know what I'm saying? As a background actor, one-liners, I was networking, I was getting in the mix and all that. Then, chop board. It just stopped. And I didn't have the bounce back ability like I have now. So that's why I'm glad you said with your story, because it tells about the bounce back ability. That's why with people that come here, I always have them stress that bounce back ability. So with me, I never had the full-fledged bounce back ability, which led to like 2 years, 2010, 2011, crazy depression run. Oh my God, I'm talking drinking binges. I was depressed. I was angry. I wasn't loving myself. I was appeasing to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's a real thing, yo. Yeah. Mental health, like when chasing your dream is a real thing, and it's okay that you feel that way. Like I feel like it's like such a pressure to put on, like when you're doing what you love, or you have a freedom, or you can choose, or you can always create the life you want. Okay, you can always create it, but it's not always what you want in the moment.
Right.
You're not gonna tell me how I feel, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you said that, because it's okay to feel like that, and then find your
Right.
like God will redirect you, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta feel through that shit. You gotta go through it. Like
Right.
I feel 100% because I feel like I'm not there right now, but I'm getting
No, but I
down
see
in that,
it.
you know what I'm saying? Where I'm just like,
But I see it in front of my face. So
You
what I
know?
see besides Instagram, even when I met you, like, that was like that was 2 years ago. I remember that. I remember that frankly. It was 2 years
Yeah.
ago over at INF Studios. I remember that wholeheartedly. Man, I know, right? Shocking, right? For
that
40
was a
years
good
old.
night.
Yeah, that was amazing. But you felt the energy. You felt the energy like Yellow Beezy doing his thing. I felt your energy. And I was like, yo, it's not only just God telling me I gotta talk to you. It's just in general. It's just like, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'll be playing myself if I don't talk to her. It's not just, oh, I knew she was Nessie Blaze and all this other stuff. No, it was just straight up off the strength, off the network, off the real, great conversation. You know what I'm saying? Probably flicked it up a couple of times. Fine, cool, whatever.
That was actually before the show, so it was really genuine.
Whoa!
Because the show had not aired yet when I went there.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's
was in
right,
the works,
son.
I just signed, I believe, actually, yes, I had signed my contract that trip. They hit me, so they saw that I was in New York, and like I wasn't supposed to talk to them until later, and they hit me up like, oh, I slide through the office. And I was like, oh, bet. And that all happened.
I'm bragging. Now that's bragging rights now, son. Now that's definitely bragging rights. That's definitely bragging rights now, bro. That's definitely bragging rights. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. But that's what's up. No, definitely. Let's get into this. What would you love to tell upcoming people, especially upcoming women, that want to become tattoo artists, or even for that magnitude, just to be an artist or creator themselves? Like, what is like 3 key things you would love for them to know?
I think not only knowing yourself but learning yourself is very, very, very important, because like when you're trying to make it in the industry, you're often looking for validity from people who you don't even know are right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? We just say this person's an A&R so they can tell me if my music is good or bad. Not true. You know what I'm saying? There are A&Rs that shut down people all the time. There are people that shut Kendrick Lamar out. You know what I'm saying? And now look at him, you know what I'm saying? There are people that shut Drake down, and now look at him. There are people who cut Michael Jordan from the basketball team, and now look at him, you know what I'm saying? It's not up to them. Like, I feel like knowing yourself, very important. Having resilience, very, very important. You're always going to get knocked down somewhere. God don't never give nobody a straight through path, because you don't grow that way. You learn nothing from success. If he just make it easy for you the whole way, you're not going to learn nothing, you know what I'm saying? And, like, might not even be valued, you know what I mean? Which is why I feel like kids who get stuff handed to them don't necessarily do anything with it a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you work so hard because you worked for it and you earned it and you put all that time and energy into it. So resilience is a big thing. Like, it's always gonna be down days. You're not always gonna be your best self, but you just gotta push through them days. And then resources. I always tell people, networking, like all that like Hollywood shit.
When you say that, like, they be thinking I be making it up, or we make it up. And no, that's not true. That's not true. Listen, you gotta listen.
It's real. Your network is your net. What is it? Your net worth is your network. You know what I'm trying to say. Your network is your net worth. Like, it all gets translated with dollar signs. Cause I'm trying to tell people, when you run out of money, the first thing you're gonna do is look to who can either get you money or who can put you in position to make money. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, if you always have them, you never gotta look for nothing. Because people are always gonna put you in position. Now, every time, like, there are people who don't got no tattoos by me. I see people that want tattoos every day, and I'm always the first person they mention. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's all just from organic interactions and conversations.
That's it. That's all that matters.
Just like being genuine.
All right, we gonna have. Here we go with the last question. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for the insights and everything. We're gonna wrap it up here with, who is the better Nessie? Ooh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Nessie that left the rap game. Nessie that left the rap game. So this is Nessie leaving Philly and left the rap game.
Okay.
Or Nessie right now, in front of my face right now. Who's better and why?
What do you mean?
In sense of, okay.
Because I feel like Nessie left rap game and Nessie sitting here the same person.
No, they are. But if, let's say you had to choose. Let's say God came, bam. You have to choose which one is better. Who's going with you to heaven? I'm just saying, in that sense.
I mean,
it's both persons, but just think of it in a sense of, all right, it's pretty much an ultimate question. So,
I mean, I'm gonna always say right now because I feel like
Okay.
in the moment, whatever present I'm in is really the best I can. Like, I really try hard to be like the best I can be, not on some cliche shit, but like really in life and my purpose. Like,
Right.
I'm not my best self every day, but I try to be my best self every day. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's sometimes that's enough. That's all I can do, and that's okay. Because do your best, God will do the rest. Right? Is that not the thing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some days my best is not the best that it was yesterday.
Correct.
But I feel like right now, like ultimately, the present is always better than I've ever been in my past. Because I feel like I'm constantly growing, and I want to be better. I want to evolve. So I don't ever plan on being stagnant, and I never want to look at myself and be like, oh, you know what? 6 months ago me was better than this me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I will ever let myself get there.
Okay.
Having the friends I have, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, keeping the right people in your circle, people who check you, you know what I'm saying? And people who like praise you when you're doing good, you know, giving yourself credit.
Give
yourself credit, creative.
Gotta give
Another
yourself.
thing I just learned, give yourself credit.
And give yourself the roses, and also people should always give you roses.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, Nessie, oh my God, I wish we could extend this, but I know you have to go and do things in this New York tour and everything, and I appreciate you coming in here.
No, I'm glad you had me. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. But nonetheless, we all should know where to follow you at and everything. Let everybody know, all my creatives know where to just embrace your greatness at.
You guys can follow me at Nessie_Blaze on Instagram. Also follow my new nonprofit page. Me and my girlfriend started. Shout out to Alicia and Deja. We started a nonprofit organization called Pay It Forward.
Nice.
With the number 4, WARD.
Nice.
That's my number, clearly.
Okay. All right.
But, yeah, so we started a nonprofit, and we're actually doing a giveaway right now where we're giving away, we all put up our own money, and we're giving away 10 $500 gift cards to people in need this season because we all felt like we were blessed.
Okay.
Many other years I couldn't say that I could be able to do that. So
That's what's
I have a
up.
little extra money, and people have done it for me, so we're all just trying to like give back. So we have $5,000 in total that we want to give back. We also put up a
y'all hear that, my creatives? The Ruger Spray might join that contest. No, I'm just saying, no. I'm not gonna do that.
But yeah, you guys can apply. It's in the link in my bio. But everything is on Instagram at Nessie_Blaze. I don't have a website right now. None of that. Everything is pretty direct between me and my assistant. We keep it genuine. We keep it kosher. So I'm saying, if you guys want to reach out for anything, any advice, even, you know what I'm saying, just let me know. We keep it 100 over here.
That's what I'm talking about. Nonetheless, my creatives, I brought you another great figure under the acronym Culture, Urban Technology, and Sports. Nonetheless, this is yours truly, the Ruger Sprayer, a.k.a. Chef Reem'o. It's C.U.T.S Podcast. You know what's up. Follow it. You know what I'm saying? C.U.T.S_podcast. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, go to the YouTube channel. Definitely want to subscribe. The subscribes. I want everything. I want everybody tuning in, checking in. YouTube, C.U.T.S Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, you can follow the Ruger Sprayer on his personal page. Chef_Reem'o. No, I'm not cooking. No, you're not getting cooking videos. It's just because I'm creative of what I create and I put together and stuff like that. But you know what's up. You know what it is. You know my slogan. Come on, man!
Hey guys, it's your girl Nessie Blaze from Black Ink Crew Compton. Definitely check this week out on C.U.T.S Podcast. I'm on there. Check us out.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? You already know how it goes. The Ruger Sprayer, Reem'o Meerak, aka Chef Reem'o. You're here at C.U.T.S Podcast. Now, for all the latest features and interviews, click the link below. Let's go.